What's up, Fried Snipes family? What's up, everybody? This is a new video. This is how to dress better without buying any new clothes. And you might be asking me, like, why am I making this video? This seems so random. This doesn't seem like the content you make. Bro, you have to understand, we're all trying new things here, guys. And the most important thing is to try new things. So, will this be a fashion channel? Probably not. But I want to make a fashion video, and that's what you're getting this week. So, how to dress better without buying any new clothes. This is a 3-step program where we are going to become fashion demons. We're gonna go from this guy here, the skinny jeans with the Adidas. You know, this is like the skinny jeans and tech fleece method. If anyone knows what I'm talking about, never wear that combo in your life. But either way, we're gonna be going from absolute bottom of the barrel fits to mager fit. And the first step, the most obvious step, is we just have to be more handsome. Because look at this guy right here, black frames. He's like, and he's got this nice haircut. He's like, wow, nice frames, haircut tutorial. But realistically, what we're actually looking at here is that he is a very handsome, attractive man. And now here we have random test subject number 33. And I mean, hey, he ain't that bad looking, you know what I'm saying? But there's a clear difference here. Obviously with the face shape. You know, instead of saying, wow, he has nice frames, they're gonna be like, get a haircut. You know, everyone telling me to get a fucking haircut. I'll get a haircut. But I'm not gonna hate on my actual frames, because my frames are too tough. Look at these shits, bro. Got them. You know? Right. The next, like the real step one. Okay, guys. We can't just become handsomer out of nowhere without becoming fitter and healthier. You know, most of your looks are just dependent on your health. And why do we need to focus on our health? Because if we are healthier and we look better, then that just adds to the fit. You know, you are the fit. Don't let your clothes wear you, as I would say. Which is actually the next step. Here, we've got this lovely gentleman. He's quite dapper. He's got a good fit, you know. He's got the shirt, he's got these accessories, he's got the Reddit fedora. We could take that away. But it isn't overall a bad outfit, it's just very boring, very bland. And this guy's outfit might even be more boring and more bland. He's got this white shirt with a nice texture and some beige shorts, a little tote bag. Now I want to ask you guys, I'm going to pose the question to you guys, is whose outfit looks better? Obviously, if you are normal and had a brain, before I even asked this question, you would have looked at this first. The reason for this is because he's clearly healthier, he looks better, and the clothes fit him better. Even though he ain't looking too bad in this, you know, he ain't an ugly guy, he's handsome. That extra weight is just not letting the clothes fit on him correctly and better, you know. You know, people are always talking about plus size clothing. If you get healthier and get more slimmer, you will look better in your outfits, because not only is it healthier and better for you, most people design clothes around ideal body types because the fashion industry is evil. But other than that being evil, it's, you know, it makes sense. You know, like, I would much rather be healthier. I don't really have any much else to say on this, guys. We gotta be fitter and healthier. So the second step is don't let your clothes wear you. Look at this. This is my absolute goat, Marlon Noah. Alright. This is the exact same fit, except he's wearing another shirt for the winter. It's like, you don't have to let clothes just be for certain times of the year. I've worn the same pair of like jeans in the summer and in the winter. But what I made different was just the other clothes that I had around it. And here, all he's done is add one shirt, and this shirt is just to give him length, the layering and the warmth. And that's what you really need in the winter. That's the only difference in winter outfits. In order to allow you to wear clothes, if your clothes wearing you, you need to make sure that they're all in proportion to how you're going to wear them. If you're going to wear an oversized t-shirt, don't be like this guy and match it with the skinny jeans. Be like this guy who matches it perfectly with these very nice jorts, and he has got it tucked behind the belt with these. You see how he's also just accessorized more. you know, maybe step 4 or 5 will be accessorizing more, guys. Who knows? Who knows? You know. So yeah, we got to not let the clothes wear us. We've got to wear our clothes. I'm talking about getting the right proportions, matching stuff correctly with size and aesthetic. I know that sounds pretty obvious, but this guy's going to a professional photo shoot wearing absolutely that bullshit, so it clearly is not that obvious. The next step is prevention. You might be like, why prevention? I thought you said we're not going to buy any more clothes, and that's exactly true. We are not buying any more clothes, but if you are to buy clothes that fit on you rather than just the actual piece. You know, look at this guy. This fits his aesthetic perfectly and his build. You know, we can see this. It looks good. He looks good. Now here, obviously, this is Rihanna cosplaying Gunna, not the other way around. But see how these clothes are more to fit her? Like, she's got this right size. She's got the right pieces that fit her body type. Whereas Gunna, well, Gunna, you know, light snack Gunna has, you know what I mean? Like, the lightest snack Gunna has would feed an entire impoverished nation. He's kind of a large man, and he's wearing a top that is more for an effeminate body type. Let's just say that. There's nothing wrong with his outfit, but it doesn't look good on him because it doesn't fit him. It's not proportional to him. Whereas Rihanna has obviously done it much better. Now, the biggest advice I can give with this for preventing it is that you just go and buy clothes in person, go thrift in person, and, you know, Vinted is really good. Obviously, online clothing, you get stuff for cheap. Like, I'll even show you what I've gotten from Vinted. I got these motherfuckers from Vinted, and they fit perfectly because I know my measurements and stuff. So it wasn't that bad. But if you go and buy clothes in person, you'll be able to see it fitting you instantly. And that's what we're really looking for. If we're going to buy new clothes, we have to prevent ourselves from buying clothes that don't fit us. It doesn't, like, just because it's fucking Balenciaga or Polo Ralph Lauren or some bullshit does not make it just better if it doesn't fit you. Don't be buying clothes that don't fit you just because they look good. You know, they need to look good on you. You're the most important part of your outfit. Otherwise, your outfit, it could be on a fucking mannequin, and then we could all just look at it and be like, oh, that really suits a mannequin. No, these are your outfits, so they have to suit your body type. This is coming from a guy who is a little bit larger. Alright, Snipes. Do you think you've succeeded with your advice? I'm not even going to read the fucking shit that I made. I'm going to tell you this right now. I find myself to be somewhat fashionable. I've got nice enough clothes and I can make good outfits. But I'm not the most healthiest I can be in. I'm not the most slimmest I can be in. So why am I telling you to do it when I've not done it myself? Well, it's because I have a camera and a voice, guys. I have free will, and I'm going to tell you how to become better. You know, it's up to you to decide to listen to me. It's up to you to decide what you take from this video. But this advice is really surface level, guys. It's not that hard. A lot of people are here always going on the internet to look for things that they've never heard that will be the thing that will solve their problems. They want to go on the internet and they want to, like, if, for example, they want to know how to make money. You know how to make money. You're just not applying the knowledge. And that's why you're not making the money. That's why you're not succeeding. Because you just think that you have to find some piece of information that you don't have, when in reality you have all the information out there. What you need to find is the will to apply the knowledge and do what you want to do. So guys, the final step, like I said earlier, was to accessorize. We need to accessorize. All right, you have things in your house that you can wear that are accessories, right? Even if you don't have a bunch of rings and belts and stuff like these guys do, wear a bag. Even if you have nothing to bring in, like, just wear a bag. Maybe bring some stuff with you. Go have an old scarf somewhere. You know, wear a jumper a different way. Like, accessorize. Bring more, like, substance to your outfits by adding genuinely just nonsense. You know, if you're going to have to buy accessories, I recommend starting off with belts. It's one of the easiest ways to accessorize without, you know, breaking the bank. And that also beats my fucking thing of buying no clothes. It's not clothes, it's accessories. But if we're being honest and we're not buying anything and we're sticking straight to the rules of the video, you know, you can make accessories like in your house. You know, you'll have things in your house that you'll be able to make maybe bracelets with. Maybe you can add something to belts you already have. You know, it doesn't have to be some studs from Amazon that makes your belt gothic. You know, you could sew like a patch into it. You can do anything as long as you are accessorizing and adding to your outfits. Even if you're creating it yourself, which honestly is better, you will have more character. Look at this, right? This is Wisdom K. Obviously, he's got $1 million fucking bajillion to spend this on. And this outfit's good, you know, he's got the little leather hat, leather jacket sort of thing. It's more of a shirt than anything. But these add so much more life than this runway model from Vehement's summer collection, which, you know, they're both quite handsome men and they're both got very similar outfits. But this just looks better, you know, because he's just got all this silver and it's just aura, guys. Aura. We need to be aura maxing all 2026. Okay, so that's the end of the video, guys. I just taught you all how to dress better than you already do by not even buying any clothes. And if you're gonna buy clothes, if you need advice on how to buy those clothes and how to be better, is this advice surface level? Probably, but you know, maybe you needed to hear it from me. Maybe that's what it is. You know, it's not the fact that you don't know the information, it's just that you need to hear it again. You guys should honestly, and this is some real advice, stop watching videos on about how to do things and start just doing it. You know, I've spent so much time in my life looking at videos on how to do things, and not one of those videos has given me any information that I hadn't already known from the first time I watched one of the videos. And I watched those videos hundreds and hundreds of times. You know, it's like reading a self-help book for one specific issue. There's no point. You want to, you know, if you already know the information, if you don't know the information, fair dues, right? But if you know the information, you need to start applying it every day. Apply your philosophy, guys, and trust me, you will go from ending up looking like the Vinky twin clone to, you know, hot man. You know what it is. It is, right? I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.